What's good, guys? Prince Sports coming at you with another one. And before we even get started, man, I want to let you know this. This is a rumor. This is a conspiracy, okay? There is no 100% factual proof to what I'm about to tell you. But I'm just going to get into it because a lot of people have been telling me about it. Now, when it pertains to Jimmy Butler, all you have to do is Google up Jimmy Butler's dad, and one NBA player name constantly keeps coming up. This is an NBA conspiracy that's been going on for a while, so I figured let's get into it. Of none other than Miami Heat superstar or all-star Jimmy Butler being the son of the GOAT, Michael Jordan. Okay, now you may say, how did this come about? Well, this actually came about because of an article a guy wrote about Jordan abandoning a kid that he had in 1989, which was the same time Jimmy Butler was born. And a lot of stuff lined up that could point to Michael Jordan being the the father of Jimmy Butler. But I get into my final conclusion later on this. Well, put it like this. Back in 1988, 1989, Michael Jordan was, he got another woman knocked up. And he paid the woman off. She had the kid because Jordan already had a family and a kid. So he didn't want this to get out, all right? We all know Jordan was a savage on the court, but he also was a savage off the court. You heard about the gambling rumors. You heard about him mistreating family members, how he treat rap stars. He was a very disrespectful, mean guy. Jordan was not a nice guy. He was an asshole to the highest degree. Okay, and he did a lot of shady stuff, especially when it pertains to his wife, and messing around was something a lot of these basketball players did. The Shaqs, the Michael Jordans, a lot of them just was, doing big pun. I'm not a player, but I crush a lot, and if eerie resemblance. I wonder what Jimmy Butler would say about this if you answer him this type of question. Maybe he might feed the rumors because it is Michael Jordan. And hey, a lot of people want to be linked to Michael Jordan in the first place, but this is a weird looking resemblance, bro. And the funny part about this, the time dates even aligned. Okay, December 13th, 1988, the Chicago Bulls was playing against the Dallas Mavericks. All right, that was around the time that Jordan was seeing this mistress of his. And he could have easily went to Houston, which is only 3 hours away from Dallas, and did his thing. A lot of these NBA players was creeping. So he could have easily been something and did something like that. Now, my final conclusion, yes, Jimmy Butler and Michael Jordan look alike. They have a lot of similar things in common. That killer instinct, the will to win. Jordan is 6'6", he's 6'7". They got a lot in common. They both dogs. They both guys that want spoke with people. They want confrontation. They have a lot in common. Jimmy Butler, you seen what he did with the Udonis Haslem. Jimmy Butler want all spoke. And Jimmy Butler was a kid that became homeless by the age of 13. His mom kicked him out the house when these mysterious child support payments stopped kicking in. And she said she kicked him out because he looked too much like his father. So Jimmy Butler's been on his own for a lot of his life. He's been through a lot of shit. And he reminds me of myself because we both came through the trenches. We both came through hard time struggles. And he's cut from the same cloth as me, man. He had to fight, scratch, and claw his way to get into where he need to get. And I salute a guy like Jimmy Butler. And if you're Jimmy Butler, whether your Jimmy Butler's dad is Michael Jordan or not, at this point he don't even need him because you did just fine without him. And even if Michael Jordan was Jimmy Butler's dad, how would that make Michael Jordan look?
You blew it.
You had a kid in wedlock and you just let him be on the streets and just completely neglect him. That's like some Creed shit. You know, you seen the movie Creed? That's exactly what this is, if it's true. And if Michael Jordan found some way to keep that a secret, man, that takes a big time heartless person to do that. And I don't know Michael Jordan personally, but I know he was an a-hole, but I don't think he was that much of an a-hole to abandon his kid. But I would tell you this much. One thing that would be held against Michael Jordan if he played in today's league is his off-court stuff. Michael Jordan wasn't a saint off the court. And with social media around, oh my God, just think of the troubles Michael Jordan would have had. Okay, the gambling, kids by other women, neglect of how he treat his family members, the beef he had with rappers, the kids in the suburbs buy Nike shoes too. I mean, he would have had a lot of problems from this woke generation in terms of the things he did off court. And that wouldn't stop him from winning, but he probably would have been looked differently if he played today. He would have been more like a villain than a hero. You know how they used to cheer for Michael in the opposite arena? I don't know if they would have did that if he played in today's league. He'd been kicking everybody's ass, but at the same time, he would have been definitely had that villain aura around him because of his attitude. And there've been a lot of people, especially in the so-called woke era, that would have been getting at him, on that aspect. And the NBA could probably try to do what they did to Kobe. You know how they blackballed Kobe because once you start digging into people's pockets and people stop supporting you, you lose endorsements, your basketball career becomes different. And when I mean different, I mean that different in a way that the NBA won't make you the face of the league. They be looking for somebody else that's cookie cutter. But, I mean, that's neither here or there. But that's just a little tad bit of if he played today and he had those same issues, he probably would have ran into those same problems. He would have to cover it up really well. But it's hard to cover stuff up in today's generation, But I'm calling cap on this. I don't think Jimmy Butler is the son of Michael Jordan. But there's a lot of people that believe that. And they're going to stay to their guns. I mean, even if you look at this clip of Michael Jordan playing with Jimmy Butler at one of Jordan's youth programs. All it took was Michael Jordan to call Jimmy Butler his son in this charity pickup game for people to get started. Wow. And, that got a lot of people talking. So, no, they look alike, but hey, a lot of people look alike. That don't mean they're related or, that this guy is my dad and stuff like that, And it is what it is. But to that kid that did get neglected by Michael Jordan, hey, you probably wouldn't want to have nothing to do with the guy anyway because he left you on your own, because he didn't want to ruin his happy marriage because he was already in a relationship and that would have affected his family guy image, and he couldn't have that. A lot of these rich guys do that. They get caught with some dirt on their shoes, they got to hide it and clean it. God knows what the LeBron Jameses, the Kobe Bryants, all these guys did. I mean, Kobe, you think that was Kobe's first time creeping when he got that case? I mean, sure, he was creeping around lots of times. Shaq, all them guys was doing that. But they're not saints. These are human beings too. So understand that. Prince Sports out. Peace.